This is going to be the settings for it. Yo, what's up guys, Zane here, welcome back to another video here today. Doodle Empires is finally back. It's out on Steam, $7. And it got an Earth map. Now I'm going to keep it completely honest. I don't know how many Earth map videos I'm going to do because it doesn't really run well. So we're just going to do like a one video special, and that's going to be the only one of these for this month because I already had videos prepared, and then they got the game and there's not enough places for it. So you're going to see more of it this next month. We're going to start, as always, with Rome in Italy. Hopefully nothing's broken. Actually, I did break the game when I played this by myself, and I broke the game because it said new nation. I tried placing a new nation, it wouldn't let me draw, and I was able to draw a card, and I had to place a castle for a nation that wasn't there, so I couldn't click anything, and it broke. So, you know, anyway, we're obviously only nation in the game, have to continue with Rome. So yeah, they're just going to take over more of Italy, and Corsica used to be Italian. And, you know, we're just going to keep playing with Rome. Age of Division, that's great. Gonna love that in a moment. Oh, see, look at that, you saw the freeze right there? It doesn't really run well for some reason, but it's fine. New leader, great, cool. Small split, like always, we get Calabria. Calabria is going to split in the southern of Italy. They're gonna take like this, get like a kingdom of what is that, kingdom of Naples or kingdom of Sicily? I don't even know. And that's all they're gonna get. Now we can actually use this randomizer, and what I will do is we're gonna like place a major city here. It's gonna be called Florence. We're gonna place a minor city here called Pisa. We will take that off, and you know, because it overlaps. I would say Venice is a major city. We put Venice here. We put Rome down here. We put another major city right here, and it's going to be Milan. And yeah, I guess we can have like capital right here, Reggio Calabria. I guess, yeah. What else is here? Naples. Naples, I'd say, is a major city. Naples. I don't know where Bari is. I think it's over here. Palermo. I think Palermo's right here. Palermo. And there's something else here that I can't remember. So, nice. We got some cities and stuff. Now we can use this randomizer. Calabria. Small split. Are we actually serious? Oh, there's the not running well I was referring to. I guess we can have like Sicily. They're not going to be able to get much. So hopefully all of Sicily, they don't. Okay. What's the capital of Sicily? I don't care, quite frankly. Oh, we're with Rome now, and a small split. I don't think they're southern enough to get split, but they're definitely far enough to get Monaco. Monaco. And they're gonna get a little bit more than they have, obviously, but that's gonna be it. I don't know how many of these are gonna place down. That was just like to test it out, I guess. Okay, we stick with Monaco. I guess we get Nice. The splits are pissing me off right now. Alright, look at that. Sicily. Small expansion. Look, they're gonna get the rest of Sicily. They're gonna get the islands. They're gonna go down into Tunis. Oh, that was it? Oh, they're flatlanders. That felt a lot faster than it should have been. Now we're with Rome. Found religion. We're gonna found paganism. Roman paganism. Just in case it comes up later. Roman paganism. And it's gonna be like this color. Alright, that's great. Okay. Sicilia. Union. I don't want to get rid of anything, so we're just gonna... There's gonna be like no lore for this. It's just gonna be me fucking around, but like I still miss when you were able to like, oh, Sicily drew a union. Let me right click this. It selected it. And then make them unite under fucking Calabria, but you know. And look at that, I paid the price. Alright, what's the region right there? You would think, I learned it. I think it's Apulia. It is Apulia! It is! Fucking Italian. I'm Italian. Fun fact, I am actually Italian. Apulia. And they go up quite a bit, but they're not going to be able to get all that. So that's them. We get Calabria. Swear to God. Okay. Cool. Sicily. Origin diverge. So now they're no longer... Well, what? Origin Rome. Okay, now it's Sicily. Okay. Now they're no longer from Rome. Everything else is from Rome, but now they've established that they're their own thing and they don't want to be binded by Roman rule, and so they got rid of all mentions from that, and now they are their own thing, I guess. Sicily again, new leader. Okay. Nice, small expand, good. I don't know what we would have done if we got like a fucking split. All right, look at that. They expand a little bit. Apulia, medium expand. They're gonna go across the ocean and also get the little bit of the region that they're missing. They're gonna go across the ocean to Albania, Mont. We're not finishing that, and go down into Greece. And Apulia again. Okay, cool. We're gonna extend all the way to Athens just in case we get a split with them. We get Athens. Apulia again. There it is. Fucking, I'm a fortune teller. You can see as I'm like playing that there is like moments where it just doesn't run. I wasn't lying. But you know, it's fine. I don't think it does it on the smaller ones. Last I checked. New leader for Apulia, I think that was Rome. My lord brother! My gosh! What's here in Croatia? Zadar. And we're gonna make them in this nice, awful green. And here's Zadar. They're gonna get up to there, and that's what they get. And we go to Monaco, don't you do? No. And we're gonna make them the very bottom, and hope that Monaco doesn't get enough. Thank you. Bang, and now they take that over. And now they're gonna splooge into modern day France. And now we have options in case they split again. Now Rome, remember they love their mountains, and they're gonna scam everybody. They're not mean, they're gonna scam everybody. I like how everything has come from Rome, even if the map doesn't show it anymore, but everything has come from Rome in one way or another. It's actually kind of funny. We have not had a new nation once we've had so many splits. Kind of helps that it was the Age of Division, but whatever. They're gonna expand, get like a, what is this, Carthage type of thing, and then they're gonna go down into northern Africa. And yeah, that's looking good for them. Apulia, large expansion they got. They're gonna expand into like Serbia. They're gonna expand into Kosovo, North Macedonia, more Greece. Yeah, Apulia's doing good for themselves. Zadar is gonna found a religion. They're nice, I guess. It's weird that they do come from Rome, to be fair, but you know. And now if we look at the faith map mode, they were, I think, oh, that's origin. They were pagans at one point, I think, because they split after the religion was founded. So I think they just were like, I don't want to be pagan anymore. I found Jesus. And they found Jesus. And Roman Catholicism was born. I think that's what happened. Rome. We expand. They're going to take more mountains. Because they love their mountains. Look at them go. Athens. They're going to found a religion. Got it. They're going to practice Hellenism. So that's cool, I guess. Sicily. Small split. We're going to bring... what was it? Sfax? It was Sfax that I brought in the series, right? Not Tunis. I think it was Sfax. And that's what we're going to do. They take that island, because why not? And, yeah, Sicily's kind of disconnected. Calabria, large expansion. Where do you go? I guess they sail south. Even though in the other video they sailed like all the way over here and got here. They're, you know, they're different. They're gonna go for Benghazi, go down to the Egyptian lands, get where Cairo is, get Jerusalem area. So now I have options there. And it's facts. Union. Do I want Sicily on the map? Not really. So get out. You see how slow that was? I'm telling you, this does not run well. I don't know why it's not optimized for this computer. It might just be me. Rome, small expansion. You see that? You saw how the cursor was like here, here, here. You know what I mean? All right, this is looking good. Rome again, large expansion. They are kind of like bottlenecked into going north, but it's fine. They love going north. There's no mountains up here for them, but that's fine. Who cares? Nice, adopt a religion. Nice, being close only to paganism, is going to become pagan. Because it's right next door. You know what I mean? You see how slow all of that was? Nice again. Now, there it is. Okay, cool. The new nation! Oh my god, for the first time we're gonna have somebody that does not come from Rome. Yes, let's go. Even though they have the origin of Sicily, but Sicily came from Rome. Now, somebody set sail. Somebody set sail, and guess where they landed? Raleigh. I think that's how you spell it. They landed in Raleigh. And it's about right here. So we have reached the Americas. Who set sail? I don't know. We're going to Athens now. Don't you do a split. Don't you fucking do it. Excuse, I drew the card a while ago. Age of Unity. There we go. I don't like that though. Raleigh is going to largely expand. They're going to go down the Floridian coast. Go into the 3 right there that nobody cares for. Except for Georgia. People care more for Georgia than Alabama and Mississippi. We're going to Monaco now. Small expand with Monaco. We're going to go up the rivers. Apulia. They're going to largely expand. They're going to follow this river. Go up and around. Get like a nice cell phone type of outline. Athens. Union. Who are they going to ask to union? Themselves, because it makes no sense otherwise. Rome is going to largely expand. They're going to keep... They're going to... did it take away my... I still have drawing left. Okay, small expand, whatever. You see how this game's kind of broken? I don't know if it's just me. Like, or... And I'm pretty sure this is acting like it's a large expand as well. And did it cost multiple turns? I don't remember. I wasn't looking at that. Alright, it's facts. Union. Who are they going to ask to union? Nobody. It really makes no sense. Calabria could, but like, we're not getting rid of them that easily. Raleigh. Okay, there it is. Caught up. And there we go. They got like a nice Confederate outline almost. Zadar is going to union with who? I see now. If the option was here, right click, boom, and they are under Roman occupation again. But no, it makes no sense for anyone to union under them. They're so small. Why would they do it? Monaco, new nation. Look at that. And guess what? Somebody else set sail at the Yucatan. And that's what we're going to call it, Yucatan. I think that's how you spell it. And now we're getting like... we could like get the Mayans and the Aztecs out of this. Oh, we're sticking with the Yucatan. New leader. Sick. Love that. Apulia. New nation. Ooh, look at it. Guess what? Somebody went up and said, you know what? Reykjavik. If I spelled that right, that is insane. I'm not even going to fact check it, because who cares? I'm going to turn 100, by the way. We're just going to see where this goes in 100 turns. And I'm only going to 100 for this one episode special, possibly. Okay, sorry, we have to... Yeah. I'm only going to go to a turn 100 because this isn't optimized for my computer or something, whatever it is. Now we got some Icelandic Vikings. Raleigh, adopt religion. Seeing as the closest religion to them, you see how slow that was, is paganism. I guess they become pagan. Calabria! Hold on, give it a moment. It's on life support right now. Ah, there it is. Small expand. They're gonna go down in the Sinai, go up. You could definitely see Israel out of that. Athens, largely expanding. Look at this. They're finally reaching their potential. They're getting Crete. They're going into Turkey. They're gonna get a little bit. They got Thessalonica. They got Constantinople. You know, they're doing pretty good for themselves. Apulia. They're gonna build a castle. What's the capital of Apulia? Bari. Oh, that's what it was. We're going with it. Alright, random nation. Here we go. Nice. Medium expand. They're gonna go down the Iberian Peninsula, get Ibiza and all that. Now we go over to Calabria. Union. They're gonna ask its facts, and they're gonna get it. I think that happened in my other series as well, the Mediterranean one. So let's just take a zoom out real quick and look at the map that we have. we have only really touched here. Because obviously Rome is not going to go from here to fucking China, right? So it's nice that we were able to expand to places we really haven't seen before. Like, this had a map that it's involved in this as well, I think. I don't remember Iceland on the Mediterranean or the Great Britain one. But, like, we've had pretty much everything but this entire part of Africa. We've had everything but, like, this part of South America. We've never had Oceania. Or, no, we had this part of Asia. But yeah, let's look at origin mode real quick. Everything in here is going to be red. Everything here is red. Only because Sfax is gone, so that different diversion, different origin is gone. And then we got Raleigh, Yucatan, and Reykjavik, which is, you know, been new nations. Look at do you see how slow that is? Damn. Let's look at religions, actually. Okay, now we have to go wait for the political map to load. And when that's done loading, now it shows this. Okay. Yeah, we see 3 religions: paganism, Roman Catholic, and Hellenism. So, yeah. But paganism's the most expanded. Got the Roman Empire, which is the biggest, and also has 2 other countries. We'll see how this goes. Zadar, the only Roman Catholic. Small expansion. They're gonna go try to get out of this little gap that they're stuck in. Zadar again, new nation. Now what we will do, because we haven't really done anything with South America, especially now on my channel, we haven't done it. Sao Paulo. Paulo. Is that it? And we're gonna go with it. Now I could do Rio de Janeiro, but that's like kind of boring. And it's somewhere around here, so we're gonna give it all of that. And now you can't say that I missed it. Reykjavik, new nation. Ooh. We're gonna go Jonestown. Jonestown. Or was it Jamestown? I don't even know. Quite frankly, I hope I did it wrong. And it's somewhere around here. So they're gonna get that. Apulia is gonna smallly expand. They're gonna follow this river. That's all they can do. Sao Paulo is gonna mediumly expand. You see the slowness right there? There it is. Okay. Rome wasn't built in a day, but they've done all this in a day. Look at this. They're getting into Norway, and they found mountains. And they're very happy and excited. Ignore my chair. Athens, new leader. Sick. Monaco, age of conflict. Means only expansions, surely, right? Athens, here it is. Large expand. They're going to go up into Bulgaria. They're going to go even more into Turkey. They're going to get Cyprus. They're going to get more of Turkey. Greece is looking pretty big now. Zadar. Origin diverged, so they're no longer Roman, but they still follow Roman Catholicism. But now we have a standout here again, for a little bit at least. Athens. Okay, there we go. Medium expansion. They're gonna take more of Turkey. Zadar, large expand. And they're just gonna weasel their way out of this little tight area. Get up into modern day Poland. And now we go down to Sao Paulo, who will expand up this Brazilian coastline and go a little more inland. Calabria, new nation. Alright. New nation. Who do we do now? We have South America, we have North America. Let's get, you know, fuck it, we need some samurai. This color. And we get Tokyo. Did I type Tokyo or samurai? No, I don't know, because I said samurai. And look, that island was finally conquered. Yeah, so I said samurai, so that it's in my mind. Okay. I don't think that's a Japanese name. Monaco, new leader. Okay, that's cool. Yucatan, small expand. They're gonna get more of this, go up more into Aztec lands. I'm pretty sure Mayan was more south than Aztec, right? Raleigh, the leader was Lee. Probably pronounced Lay, but now it's... I clicked the water. Oh, it's still Lay, or Lee. I don't know, either way. Unless it didn't change there. Monaco. Medium expand. Okay, cool. What the fuck is that? Yeah, this game's, feels rushed in my mind. Just from the shit I'm seeing, but it might just be me. Rome. New leader. Sick. Raleigh, mediumly expanding. They're going to go down more of a Confederate outline, because that's not at this point permitted. Monaco, large expansion. They're going to get Brittany. They're going to go up, get Paris, get some of Benelux, get what Rome didn't want to take here, missing some. Yucatan. They're going to keep going into Mexico, and they're looking pretty good over there. Zadar, mediumly expanding. They're going to follow this river. All you had to do was follow the damn river Zadar. Nice. Haven't really seen them in a while, but they're going to go and get more of the Iberians Peninsula. And get a nice little border there at the bottom. Zadar again, mediumly expanding. They're going to connect from sea to shining sea. I can't speak. And yeah, they have a weird looking border, but it's fine. I clicked randomize and it didn't give me anybody. I clicked it again and it didn't give me anybody. Oh, because Zadar still got... Okay, my bad. That was my bad. Monaco, large expand. Now they're going to take what is left of this area, and they're going to go down into the Iberians. And yeah, I mean, you know, it's a nice border. They're going to get Cornwall and all that. I mean, Europe is nicely colonized, I guess. It's not too bad of borders. Like, this is stuff that theoretically probably existed at one point in time in some way, shape, or form. Zadar, they're going to largely expand, get what the Romans didn't want to get, just like Monaco did. And look at that. They got like a Poland border there that you can see. They're going to get the Baltics a little bit. Have a weird little gap in their border that kind of pisses me off, but it's fine. Sao Paulo is going to expand southern into Uruguay. Yucatan is going to mediumly expand. This time they're going to go down in America. And that's good for them. Sao Paulo again. They're going to go more into Uruguay. They're going to come back up, and that's all sick. Jonestown finally is on the board. They're going to expand on the coast, get Trinidad, go into Venezuela. And they look weird, but it's fun. Athens, they're going to try to union with somebody. And they're going to say, hey, Apulia, we split from you and we want you to join us. And they're going to say, yeah, sure, okay. And bang, look at that. So now the Hellenistic faith spreads. Nice is going to smallly expand, get more of the Iberian Peninsula. Now we go over to Reykjavik. Haven't seen them in a while. They're going to found a religion. Norse. I think we're just going to call it Norse. And we're going to make it lime green, I guess. Athens, new leader. Cool. Extend to the Great Stead. Jonestown, mediumly expand. Gonna make this look a little bit more natural. It takes a minute and then it starts working well. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, ooh, 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 and then, okay, we're good. You know what I mean? Just a little moment. Nice again, they're gonna adopt a religion. They're already pagan, I think. Yeah. So we could just keep them pagan, or we could say that the Hellenistic faith sailed and reached them. So that's what we're gonna do. It also could have been the Norse people, but it's fine. Raleigh is... There it is. Okay, cool. We're gonna give them a little bit more. They're not really getting much. They're probably not in the right area. Calabria is gonna connect this territory that they have, that they gained from their union. They're gonna go down the Nile. And they're probably living in denial. Monaco. They're gonna adopt a religion. It's a toss-up between paganism and Hellenistic faith. And for that reason, they give Norse. Just because at that point. You know what I mean? Look at that. We got a nice little map of religion. Jonestown. We're gonna make this look a little bit better again. That's pissing me off. Rome. They're gonna build a castle. They're gonna put it right here and call it the Vatican. So, yeah, I mean... It's nice that you can do this stuff, but also that kind of is like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess we could also say, like, hey, you know, who's really untrustworthy? I guess, like, on an island here, Hellenistic fort. Hellenistic fort right there on Cyprus. I guess that's kind of cool. Say, so it kind of adds to the lore and stuff. You can turn off castles, because, I mean, they don't really do as much more than the little markers here. Let's see, on the last turn we get the Yucatan, and they're going to mediumly expand. And look at this, they're going to get down Latin America, they're going to go back up Mexico, and that is turn 100 on this special edition. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? Is that like a hole in a notebook? I think that is. I think that's what that is, because it's just a bunch of water there anyway. Yeah. We only really touched a few areas. I mean, we got Reykjavik, Rome, Monaco, Nice, Calabria, Athens, Zadar, Tokyo, we haven't seen since we started, Jonestown, Sao Paulo, Yucatan, Raleigh. You know, it was a nice little thing. Here's the origin mode. Everything here is red except for the one that diverged, which is cool, I guess. And then everything else here was just new nations. If we look at faith, you see that we didn't really get many religions. But we still have a nice diverse place in Europe. So that's cool. I remember religion was broken in the last free version on itch.io. So I'm glad that it's kind of fixed. And here's the fort mode. We only had one castle. 2 castles. I mean, it's not much. But yeah, let me know if you guys want to see more of this game. Probably not going to do the Earth map if it keeps running like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. See you guys.